What's going on, y'all? Here in the beautiful, wild, and wonderful Falls Church, Virginia. Shit's going right. I just got out of the gym and I was walking down here, and I heard in the distance, we on the block, man. We in this thing, man. Like, I'm like, what is this? What kind of debauchery is this? I live in a good, wholesome, white area, and I see this black dude. And he's like walking towards me, shadow boxing. Not to mention he's shredded, and he's yelling to himself like, "We on the block. We're in this thing, man. We on the block. We're in this thing, man." I'm thinking, dude, like, you really think people are not gonna be staring at you right here, dude? Look, I'm the blackest motherfucker in Falls Church, Virginia, simply because I'm wearing all black. Alright, yo, I'm just saying, man, that shit's hilarious, dude. Motherfucker stood out. He stood out so fucking obviously, man. Anyways, I digress, everybody. I hope everyone's having a good day. Got an email. Title of the email: Dealing with Rage. He says, "Hey, no joke. This is Andy Briggs from Thailand." What's up, Mr. Briggs? How you doing? Alright, yeah, glad to hear it. Awesome. He says, "Yes. You can say my name on your video because I'm a real motherfucker," in all caps. Alright. "How do you feel with extreme levels of anger, frustration, and pent-up rage?" And then I emailed him back and I said, well, what are you angry about when you feel rageful? What are your triggers? Because I understand that people get upset, they get rageful, but I need to know why. You know, is it because you have a micro penis? Is it because you get bullied? Is it because you can't get a fucking job? Your girlfriend left you? What is it? And he said that his triggers are this. He says, being bullied and intimidated by other guys. Feeling like I'm getting ridden over by other guys who want to push me around. Being told what to do by other guys makes me furious. When I get mad, I de-stress by lifting weights really hard, going for runs, swimming, masturbating vigorously. And he says, right after I do those things, I feel much better, and then I have to deal with the same guys again. All right, buddy, well, look no further, look no further. Now, put my phone away here. Now, Mr. Briggs, I feel your pain, sir. Now, as you know, guys, sorry about the sweat, when I was a youth, when I was an adolescent, I too used to get bullied. I used to regularly be intimidated by other guys, walked all over, pushed around, whatever it is you want to call it. And I ended up, partly because of me being bullied and not standing up for myself, I actually was admitted, to a mental institution. Actually, about a mile up the street when I was 14 years old. It's a place called Dominion Health, and I was there when I was about 14 years old. I was in 8th grade in junior high school, and I was there for, about 3 weeks or so. And a lot of that had to do with the fact, I told my psychiatrist and therapist at the time that I basically just wanted to kill motherfuckers, man. I was obsessed with the thought of killing people. I talked about shooting people at my school, or not doing a school shooting, but like killing kids at my school. And needless to say, that's not okay for anybody to say. So I was admitted to a mental hospital. About, I don't know, a few months later, about a year later or so, it doesn't matter. There was a boy, and his name was Tom Rowe, and he was one of the kids that bullied me, just one of many. And he used to do this thing where he'd come up behind me and smack me in the back of the head, and he'd laugh with his friends, like that, like fucking idiot. And I would walk away, and I would be so fucking mad because he thought he could just do that to me. And guess what? He could do that to me until I whooped his motherfucking ass. Like, I beat the shit out of this dude effortlessly. So here's what I have to say to you, Mr. Briggs. There is only one way that you are going to mentally be able to be okay with yourself. I'm going to say it again for anybody watching who gets bullied. There is only one way that a man can feel good about himself when other men are pushing him around. I'm going to take my pretty little pink glasses off, man. Look, dude, you have to fight. You have to fight, dude. You have to fight. And if you're not going to make it physical, you have to verbally confront them. Now, I will say this. I understand your fear of being in trouble. I understand maybe you don't want to get arrested. Maybe you don't want to, and if you're in school, you don't want to get suspended from school. All right, let me break it down to you like this. Let's say first off that you're in high school or middle school or college, whatever. I don't care. And you get bullied on a regular basis. What is worse? Getting suspended from school for a week for fighting and then never having to deal with your problem again? Because I guarantee that if you fight your bully, he won't fuck with you anymore. That's just an age-old truth. It's an age-old truth. Or don't fight your bully, keep taking their shit, and then every single night, day, afternoon, whatever you want to call it, you are in agony in your mind. I was in Chipotle one time. Chipotle, you know what I'm talking about, like the burrito chain. And this was maybe when I was 21 or something like that. Like I was already a grown man. I was, I'd already been in fights and stuff. But this guy cut in front of me. Now the reason he cut in front of me was because he thought he was more important. It's not because he didn't see me. It's not because of that. It's because he literally thought that I would just be, oh, okay, yeah, he's, okay, I'm sorry, yeah, you just go in front of me, man. And for a second, I'm like, did this dude really, like I had to ask myself because I wanted to get mad. I'm like, did he really just do that? Yeah, okay, yeah, he did really just do that, holy shit. So I tapped him on the back of his shoulder. And I'm like, I told him what's up. I'm like, dude, you just cut in front of me, man, blah, 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 blah. And he's, he apologized and all that. So the reason I did it right there, I had to nip it in the bud, is because I knew that night in bed, I'd be tossing and turning, not being able to sleep, because I let some guy cut in front of me. And honestly, I just would have felt like a bitch, man. Now, ladies who are watching, you might not understand, man, but for men, it's very emasculating for another man to push you around. It just is. Just as men, we do not like that shit. Now, a lot of men take it. A lot of men just take it and they go home and they're like, I'm sad, I can kill myself. Or they kill other people. They do a school shooting. So, Mr. Briggs or anybody else watching, man, look, there's really not much to say on this, simply because the answer is so clear cut. For your own sanity, for your own sake, and other people's too, because I don't want you to be like a mass shooter and kill a bunch of innocent people because you couldn't stand up to your bully. Look, man, you have to fight this. You have to fight this bully. Anybody who like pushes you around or is like, hey man, move, or hey, that's my seat, get out of my seat, or bumps into you, dude, clock him in the face. That is my advice. My name is Brayton Howard. And I say, you punch a motherfucker right in his face if he gives you a problem. And guess what? Yes, you might get in trouble, but you will feel so much better about yourself, and your bully will not mess with you. Another thing I'm going to say about bullies. Bullies can't fight. Bullies are not trained fighters. No trained fighter is a bully. I mean, yes, there might be some rare exceptions, of course, but generally speaking, guys who know how to fight do not bully. Simply because a guy who knows how to fight knows what it feels like to get punched in the jaw. A guy who knows how to fight has gotten his ass kicked in training before, in the gym, okay? A guy who knows how to fight is not going to go pick fights with somebody who doesn't know how to fight. Because what kind of pussy would somebody have to be who's a trained martial artist or trained as a fighter to go and use their skills on somebody who is untrained? That's a terrible thing. That's an absolutely terrible thing. Another suggestion for any guys getting bullied, simply take a martial art or study MMA. Now, what martial arts would I suggest that you learn if you're getting bullied? I would suggest the four most effective martial arts. The four most effective martial arts are boxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and wrestling. Alright? Boxing is the art of punching people in the face and keeping a distance and cutting angles. Muay Thai is the art of striking with hands, knees, shins, elbows. and clinching as well, and also tripping people. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the art of fighting off of your back. So if somebody is on top of you, beating you up, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gives you the tools and the skills necessary to submit that person or hurt that person in a submissive position. Does that make sense? Wrestling is the art of controlling somebody, is the art of holding somebody down and controlling them. And if you can make all of them as one, that's called mixed martial arts, otherwise known as MMA. So Andrew Briggs, my advice is either study a martial art and get some skills and then beat up your bully. But dude, you are going to have to face your fears one day, man. Anybody watching, dude, you are going to have to face your fears. Bullies can't fight. Punch them in the nose, punch them in the throat, punch them in the balls. Don't stop hitting them until somebody pulls you off. You will love who you are. You will feel so much better about yourself. You will go to bed that night feeling good about yourself. It might be scary at first, man, but I'm telling you, dude, one of the best decisions I ever made was standing up for myself. Beating the shit out of my bully, man. Alright? It was great. Nobody fucked with me anymore, because they knew that I was crazy enough to fight somebody. Anyways, y'all, the wind's starting to pick up. You guys want to shoot me an email? You guys have a problem in your life, you want some advice? I would love to help you, man. No joke striking at gmail.com. Bitches. Fuck Instagram. Like and share my shit on Facebook, y'all. Facebook.com/NoJokeHoward. Andrew Briggs. Punch someone in the fucking face, dude. And don't stop beating the shit out of them until someone pulls you off. Peace.